Twin Magnet Production. I'm super excited to have you back on this channel. You're welcome. How many of you have seen the previous video? Please, if you haven't, kindly do so. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and click the subscription button as well as turn on your notification button so that you get notification as soon as a new video drops. I remain your host, Maraj. On today's discussion, I have an important guest in the house, a wonderful person, someone you will be glad to meet. Join me as I welcome Mr. Cedar of Lebanon. I hope I got it right.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm very happy to be on the show.
Yes, you're welcome. So today we're looking at abuse. We've talked about abuse previously in our video, and you need to see that video. We're looking at reasons why an abuser abuses. Of course, we have victims and we have abusers. Now we're focusing our attention on the abuser himself. Pardon me, I'm using him because, like I said earlier in our previous video, 99% of victims of abuse are women. And to discuss or throw more light on that is no other than Mr. Cedar of Lebanon. Pardon me, that your name is quite
Cedar of the
All right,
awesome.
So today we're looking at what do you think are the reasons why abusers abuse?
Well, there are certain factors associated with intimate partner violence. One thing we should always consider is we need to look at the individual first and foremost. Some of these factors start with the individual.
We look at it could be a low level of education, low self-esteem, a history of physical abuse, history of being abusive as well. Maybe he lives in a society where there's justification for violence. There's certain factors we can look
At all levels, from the individual level to the family level, community level, and society level. So, it's really vast ground, really a broad topic to look at. One of the things that we should be talking about is we need to talk about the protective measures being put in place by society to protect these victims of abuse. Yes.
Okay. In our earlier video, we talked about helping the victims of abuse. Like we told them, we advised them to reach out to us in the comment section if they need help.
Yes.
But something is, the boldness, it starts with taking the decision.
Yes.
A lot of people go through these abuses, but they are, should I say they are shy? Should I say they don't have the confidence? They find it difficult to come out, to seek help. You can't help someone that doesn't seek help.
That's true. This issue of don't ask, don't tell. That's what is happening. Nobody will ask. That's why you can have, not you, but I'm saying people can have family members who are suffering and being abused in their relationships, and nobody can even intervene, even if you know about it, because the person is not saying anything.
Exactly.
It's just going to be all right, and everybody just keeps their cool. But we have to come to terms with the fact that we need a stronger support network, a more positive relationship. That is a more stable relationship with people around us, where we're able to communicate our feelings and our pains. I'm able to tell you, look, you've known me for a number of years. We've been around, we've been in the same circle. This is what I'm going through right now, and I don't think it's okay. There is no justification for why I should remain
in that relationship. Obviously.
Yes, so we all need to come out and state our claims. We need to say, this, no, I don't need this. This cannot happen. My children can't grow up to meet me this way. There's a certain lady on YouTube, sorry to bring this up. She's been talking and, would I say rant? No. But she's just been venting about issues that started from her childhood. Her father used to beat her mother up brutally. Yes. Then she was always coming out on YouTube talking about how men, because of our kind of society, because of the gender inequality, how there's male dominance, male control, and aggression. But it really isn't the case. people who are still in darkness are the ones suffering from this.
Yeah.
I don't believe that your husband in this day and age will come and just impose some certain traditions on you that you're not comfortable with. That's where the issue of boundaries come to play. Like somebody once said, a wise person said, we should always understand that the next person, your partner, is an extension of you.
Yeah, sure.
So where your person ends, that's where the partner begins.
Yeah.
So we should always look at this so that we can be fair judges
Of our actions.
Yes.
Thank you so much. But I would like you to pinpoint the reasons. You've said it, like for a layman or someone that doesn't really understand the big grammar. I would like you to hit the nail, like, okay, say this is one of the reasons, this is another reason. For instance, I know that an abuser lacks empathy.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yes.
They derive joy in seeing people sad.
That's
I
true.
don't know how it plays out for them, but they're very comfortable.
Yes.
You see the other in pain, and for crying out loud, this is someone that you claim you love. How does it really play out? I don't understand. So we want you to what are the things like? The way I said example is they lack empathy.
Yes.
And
Awesome. Awesome. In fact, there's an array of factors that we can point fingers at, but some of the few ones that come to my head right now, are anger, hostility.
Yeah.
People who are suffering from depression,
Sure.
low self-esteem,
Yeah, very good.
economic stress, unemployment.
That one is a whole lot.
Serious factor when the man becomes cranky because the wife is saying, do you have 2,000 naira there? I want to just buy some onions. Begins to rake. I've just come home. I've not rested. I've been out all day. There's no money.
Just to cover up.
So that it just leads into a heated argument, and you have a relationship. Also, we're talking about people who have borderline mental issues, mental disorders. We're talking about people who are sociopaths, should I call them psychos? Psychopaths. Apart from these, we also look at people who have been brought up with a history of being abusive, or being in an abusive family, or being in a family where there is an unhealthy relationship or interaction, where he has seen his father beating his mother, therefore it looks okay. Or a society where violence and crime is being justified. You see, so I can talk, I can mention a whole lot. But one thing comes to mind. I always say this: your background shouldn't determine who you are.
Sure.
It's a choice. There are many people who were born into an abusive relationship, like they were kids, fruits of an abusive marriage, but they are not abusive.
Sure.
Rather, they took it up as a cause or a purpose to defeat that same thing. Maybe they instituted or established an NGO to fight against abuse. So we can always channel our pain into some impactful cause, something that can better human lives, rather than becoming victims and becoming offenders. Rather, you're a victim and then you become an offender. It's not proper.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. And I also like to add something.
Yes.
I've heard a friend say something like, I need to put her in her place. Yes. And this very friend I'm talking about has no means of livelihood.
Oh my God.
The woman is the breadwinner. She does everything. She caters for the family. Still, she needs to be put in her place. I don't understand. How does that work?
Wow.
And he feels that with the level of connection, the way she's going on her career, that she's going to get so proud someday. So in order to put her on the check, he constantly beats her up to make her understand that he is the man. Please, is that also justifiable?
No. In fact, I'm not here to advocate for chauvinism or male dominance or the so-called patriarchal mindset.
Okay.
Yes, I believe that men and women are equal. I see them as equal partners in kingdom business. That's from my perspective. I know that you are a vessel, I have a vessel, you have your role to play, I have my role to play. We can only be whole if you play your role right and I play mine right. So we're equal partners in this. So there's no way that I will belittle you and look down on your role. Yes. So that's, and you know, that's another form of abuse.
Yeah, sure.
Where you are verbally abusing your partner, and the partner can say little or nothing, and cannot even state anything in public. You can't. There's some people that don't let their wives talk in public. If you talk, it's a taboo. They say, why should you speak when I'm here to speak? And you know, it's been like that for centuries. I mean, even before some of us were born.
Yeah.
But I mean, we are here to, for such a time as this, to change things. We need to always, you know, fend for people around us. We need to, like your friend in question, this person, we need to find a way to find support. Give us some support. If she's in an abusive relationship, I can tell you nothing good will come out of it.
Except the partner is willing to change, right?
Except that partner is willing to change. But not forced though, not forced to change, because we've seen forced change. You know, when you hold elastic and
yes,
with force, when you release that force, it goes back to the normal state. So we need somebody who will willingly change.
Yes.
Yes. I don't believe that somebody should be in this day and age where there's a lot of freedom and freedom of speech, right? You know your rights. You know what you should do, and then you sit and allow one man. You might even have more educational qualification than this person. Maybe you are even better off in society than this person, and this person wants to carry his insecurities and dump them on you. It's not.
Seriously,
it's not right.
heartbreaking. It is. So far, we are not trying to justify this abusers that what they are doing is right. We are only trying to help them get out of it.
Yes.
And I believe to do so, beyond giving reasons why they do these things they do, they need help.
They do. They do.
But you can't get help if you don't seek help.
That's right.
So in this case, it's the victim, that's the wife that is being abused, that need to take that bold step by coming out to seek help. You know, most times they are threatened. Yeah. And some believe that, oh, we'll pray for him, someday he's going to change. But for me, I think this is a psychological thing that needs, these abusers need rehabilitation. Because it goes beyond. The one I know, like I told, the one I know, he kept saying he beats his wife, then the next minute, I won't do it again. He goes back, meaning that he's willing to change, but he can't really help himself totally. So what are we saying in essence? They need help.
They do need help.
And we're not trying to justify their actions.
That's right.
So we're trying to let you know that if you're in an abusive relationship, you need to take that bold step to seek help.
That's right.
Before it gets too late.
That's right.
No man, no woman deserves to be abused. We're always saying that, and we keep saying that. No woman deserves to be abused.
Yes.
And for the fact that you're in an abusive relationship, it's not your fault.
That's
so
true.
There's no justification whatsoever to it.
Yes.
I don't know if you have any other points to this or...
Well, one thing I want to say is this, you know, just as two now gather talking about this, we can extend it, we can support even other networks, networks that have been established to tackle this issue.
How do we tend to achieve that?
Yeah, I mean, there are some strong voices already speaking against abusive relationships, especially partner, domestic violence, and then intimate partner violence, and what have you.
Like NGOs, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
NGOs, even on social media, you can be a strong voice and an influencer who speaks against this, and people will listen to you. You can be a vlogger and talk about this. You can hold a small support group, even in your church, from the youth church level. I don't know what your religion is, but I mean, you can influence people in your circle.
Yeah, sure.
You can talk about this. Also, we need to look at the factors first that cause these things. If the person needs medical attention, then we need to make medical care available. Okay. We need to look at how to provide mental health services
Okay.
If it's a money issue, an ego issue, that's one of the underlying issues. It is a factor.
Yes, sure it is.
It is a serious factor, and if you don't tackle it, it's still going to keep coming up.
Sure.
And we look at the society where we are, an impoverished society will only produce more abuse.
Sure.
First, the robbers let's talk about social problems. Just for a second there. Armed robbers think that they're entitled to your properties. Why? Because they don't have the same opportunity as you. And the same thing, the man doesn't have the same opportunity as his wife. Maybe the wife has become the breadwinner. The man begins to flare up his ego. He begins to, and then he starts reacting. There's tension in family. Those kind of relationships.
Okay.
So we need to solve it by doing what? Setting up financial and economic help institutions where we empower these people. They can come out and we say, okay, look, we want to establish you, we want to empower you, we want to enable you so that you'll be able to raise your head, with pride, and not feel like the woman is intimidated. Yes. Because men get intimidated. I'm sorry to say, it's interwoven into men. They feel intimidated. Yes, men are easily intimidated.
Like if your wife is growing up her career, you get intimidated instead of supporting her.
I'm sorry to say, because of the type of society where we find ourselves, they sponsor this kind of ego. Because we're allowed to, they always paint the picture that the man is meant to be the provider. And then things don't go according to those expectations. Then what would that happen? The man feels challenged. It's an issue. His wife begins to get ahead.
Really there is. I've heard all the points you made. Thank you so much. I think I must confess I've learned something too. Yes. Thank you so much, and I believe our viewers as well have learned something. Please, we keep saying it, or do we need to shout it? That if you're in an abusive relationship, please seek help. Seek help. We won't know what is happening to you until you voice out. We're not magicians, are we? Please seek help. And if you're an abuser, you obviously need help as well. It's not climbing down on your ego, because we know that the men are always the abusers, but please, you need help, because I know deep down you didn't marry her to abuse her, and most times after abuses you regret your actions. Please, you seek help as well, because you need help. For those of you that are yet to subscribe, please click on the subscription button, turn on your notification, and drop a comment. We would love to hear from you. And if you need help, you're being abused, we can also help you. Drop a comment in the comment section. We would like to hear from you. Until we see you in our next video, I remain Marach, and this is Twin Magnet Production. Thank you.